Good morning. Hello and welcome you all. Today, this is the second session that is a free demo session that we are going to conduct for Fusion Technical Training from Plus OIC. Guys, hope you have already gone through with the first demo and you have made up your mind, and some of you might have already enrolled. Request you to kindly reach out to admin to get your enrollment done, because tomorrow onwards there will be only those participants who has enrolled. There will be a separate link provided to those participants only to join in. Okay, so today guys, just to make you more comfortable and get familiar in terms of what we are going to cover, how we are going to cover, what are the offerings that we are providing, and what will be the training methodologies that we are being following. Okay, we will be focusing on to very basics things today so that you will be getting a familiarity with the tool, familiarity what will be the scope of work, familiarity and understanding how, after gaining a knowledge from this particular tool, after making effort onto this particular training program, how this training program is going to help you guys. Okay, so guys, there are certain terminology that I will be discussing, and we will be keep discussing and explaining these terminologies over a period of time again and again. Okay, like guys, you must have heard something called cloud-based application or on-premises application or hybrid applications. Okay, cloud, hybrid, and on-premises. Okay, guys, these are the three different deployment model for the tool, and I will be discussing which tool, what is enterprise applications, what are the modules and all. But today we will be focusing on to multiple terms and multiple aspects which are not related or correlated, but to give you the flavor of how we are going to conduct the trainings, how you will be learning from us. Okay, so guys, what is cloud source deployment, hybrid source deployment, and on premises deployment is something. Cloud is something which is into your virtual cloud, which is onto the internet. Okay, this is not into your local hard disk or local, uh, you can say, machine of your computer. Okay, on premises is suppose there is a laptop that you are accessing and any content that is there into your local hard disk, that is called on premises. In case something is not there in your local hard disk, but there is a Gmail, in Gmail there is a mail, and in that particular mail there is being certain attachments. So in case you want to access those particular document, you are accessing your Gmail account, going to that particular email and access the attachment from there. That is called cloud. And guys, there could be a possibility that is a combination of both the things, that certain features, certain capability, or certain data you have kept at the local machine, and certain useful or you can say very frequently used or accessible contents you will keep into the cloud so that you can access those contents across the globe, anywhere, anytime. Okay, so these are the three deployment models that Oracle has been offering his services. So guys, to understand which is better, which is good, which is not good, from a sale perspective, Oracle might be influencing that. Okay, now it's a buzzword that let's go to the cloud, everyone is focusing on to cloud, that all the services, all the features that you are opting in, that should be on cloud. Okay, but that's not true. There is nothing something which is good or bad, right or wrong. It is up to the individual, it is up to the customer, it is the kind of business that you are operating, accordingly you will choose. Like suppose if you are a government entity, you are financial institute, you might be focusing that the data that you are holding is very sensitive and you don't want to expose that data onto the cloud. Okay, although Oracle or any cloud service provider is offering you the best of the best services, best of the security features and all, but still, or maybe you are working and operating into one jurisdiction. Suppose you are working for the Israel customer. In Israel, the global security policies and the IT Act says that nothing should be moved out of your country. Okay, while the cloud service provider has maintained their server into, you may say, US. So it is not possible to keep the data outside Israel. In that case, there is no other option left, but you have to opt in with on premises where the data should be kept into the local machines. Clear, guys? Just a second, guys.
Yes.
Just a second. Okay. Adding to that, guys, now if you have understood this, so why this I was explaining. So Oracle being the software, Oracle being the application, Oracle gives you all three sort of deployment. Suppose you are purchasing one software. Okay, this software that we are purchasing from Oracle, that is Fusion. Okay, maybe that will be offered by Oracle into the cloud, that will be offered by hybrid, that certain portions, certain features, or certain data you can keep it into the cloud, or certain useful or critical data you can keep it into your local server or onto your own premises. So guys, there is a question arise that Fusion technical training, cloud technical training, so which sort of projects, what sort of possible deployments are available? So you should tell that okay, you have worked for the customers. Okay, those customers are completely into cloud, their application is in cloud, or they were into premises, or there are a customer who are currently into the premises, but you are working onto a project to migrate their application, to migrate their data from on premises to high cloud. Or there are certain customers that are handling a sensitive data, government agencies and all, for which they have opted for the hybrid sort of setup. Clear? And the business case also you have understood that okay, there could be a restriction, there could be a jurisdiction restriction, there could be a legislative restrictions, there could be restrictions. Based on that, the client may not opt for complete cloud sort of setup. Clear, guys? Adding, adding to that, if we are saying, but there is something, some terminologies that we are supposed to discuss, that is SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. Okay. So guys, these are something, these are the service model, that is software as a service, SaaS. So guys, software as a service means, like if you say Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Gmail, these all are the softwares that we have been opting in with as a service. Okay. Software has been built and provided by some service provider, and any individual can opt in with these particular services and take advantage of those particular offered services through that particular software. And generally guys, software as a service, those softwares will be accessible directly from any of your browser. Okay, that browser may be Google Chrome, Mozilla, Opera, Microsoft Edge. You can make use of any of the browser, and using that you should be able to access this. Okay, to access this, guys, what basically you are looking for, you must be having the URL for that particular application, you must be having the username, and you must be having the password. Okay, once using that particular user URL, taking that username and password, and what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to do logging into the application. Once you log in into the application, guys, there are two terminology that I want you to focus upon. One is authentication and other is authorization. Hope you must be aware their language meaning or English meaning. Authentication means, guys, suppose we logged in, and only the person who has a valid username and password can log in and access those particular applications or those particular screens. Okay, like guys, authentication, suppose you are visiting any of the nationalized bank. Okay, so maybe the authentication criteria to visit the bank is that you should be carrying your Aadhaar card or PAN card, or you must be a valid Indian citizen, or you must not be carrying any weapon, and you are authenticated to be a human who's an Indian citizen, and you can access the bank premises to avail any of the services. That is called authentication. Or you are visiting somewhere, you are going to visit a movie theater, or you are going to visit a museum, and somebody at the doorsteps will validate your entry pass, they will check your tickets, and then you have been authenticated to make entry to those premises. Okay, adding to that, authorization means, guys, suppose you have been authenticated to visit the movie theater. Okay, but what you are authorized to, you are authorized to just sit in the lobby, access utility room, access the changing room, or you may go and enter the hall to watch the movie. You are not authorized to do anything which is not specific to the customer's roles and responsibilities or rights. Right? Agreed? So that is the concept of authentication and authorization. Talking to the in terms of Fusion application, guys, suppose Piyush is the user who has logged in into the application. So after authentication, Piyush has been authorized to hire the employee and transfer the employee. Okay, these are the three authorizations that the user is having to perform a set of operations. Okay, in addition to that, there is something called terminating the employee. This user who has logged in, he has only these two authorization. He can perform these two set of data operations or transactions. He is not authorized to do this sort of operation. Clear? So anybody who's having certain authorizations can perform those activities or actions or functionalities, and rest of the things are not available. And guys, how this is being getting controlled, that is that we will be understanding as a part of this particular training, that what is user and what are the roles associated with this user, and each role must be offering some sort of functionality. Okay, like suppose there is a role called HR manager. Okay, there is a role called HR manager. This HR manager role may offer all the three functionalities. What are those functionality? That role can offer hire, terminate, and transfer. All these functionalities has been offered by this particular role. So guys, we will be looking how to define a user, how to activate a user, how to check what are the various roles provided by Oracle, how to assign a role to the user. Okay, all these functionalities, practicality we will be looking into. Clear? Coming back to the application, guys, as we said that okay, this is a SaaS based application. So to access the SaaS based application, you must be provided by your customer or by your client one URL. As you must be aware that instagram.com or gmail.com is the URL. To access the application, you must be having this URL. You must be asked for user ID and password. Once you put in your user ID and password and click on sign in, you will be landing to the home page. Fine. So guys, this is how we will be landing into the home page. The based on the roles, based on the access level that you must be having, you will be getting lot of features will be displayed and part of this particular thing. Like guys, if you log HDFC online account, okay, if that particular bank account online is providing you and offering you certain services, that you can book an FD, you can apply for a loan, you can transfer the money from one account to another. Okay, these are the three services offered. Okay, but there is another fourth service that you would like to opt for, but that service, that offering, like to change your mobile number and to generate your OTP or a ATM pin, or to change your address. These three services are not offered to you as a service provider by your bank while you are logging into their portal. So if those services, if those features has not been provided to you, will you be able to access those and perform those activities? No, right? In that case, you are supposed to visit the bank manually, and then you should need to fill a manual form, physical form, and request for those particular services. Okay, now there could be two possibilities, guys, like you being a regular customer of the bank, or you may be the privileged customer of the bank. So the privileges, based on the different type of customer types may vary or may different. Okay, being as a just normal standard customer, you may be able to do only 3 4 sort of services accessible to you to perform online transaction, while being as a privileged customer, you may be able to even update your mobile number, Aadhaar card number, or home address through an online request while sitting anywhere across the globe. Clear? So that is, guys, we will be discussing that based on the different roles, different services, different capabilities, different screens, different functionalities will be offered, and that's how you will be able to access those services. Okay, talking about this particular application, guys, once we landed, this is our home screen. This is our global search page. Any person, any invoice, any data that you would like to search for, you can put it across here, and that will be listed down. Guys, since this is a learning instance, this is a development instance, if you search, there could be lakhs and lakhs of records has been available. Okay, because multiple users, multiple trainings are going on, so that's the reason it has been little slow. If you are searching, it may not be producing the result instantly, or it may take some time to get the results. Okay, I want you to that you should just explore and try to make use of this particular search activity. Okay, guys, in addition to that, we have this button, which is the home button. Home button is something that nowhere where you are standing on the page 1 to page 10 or page 15, wherever. In case you want to come back to the home screen, you will click onto this particular home and you will be landing to the home screen. So guys, this is the home screen of the application. And in this particular home screen, this particular user that I have logged in, that user details has been listed there. I can sign out from there. Okay. And login also I have already told you. Guys, this URL, this access of this application, we used to, in technical terms, in project terminology, we used to call this as an instance. We are using a development instance. See, this is the dev 1 instance. My client might be having a dev 1, dev 2, CRP, UAT, or production or pre-prod instances. Okay, so we used to call this as an instance. By looking into the URL, as per the nomenclature, you understood that okay, for the customer EDRX or for this particular server, this is the dev 1 instance. Okay, the second way that we used to call it as, we used to call it as pod, pod. Okay, development pod or testing pod or a production pod. Like this also we used to call this. Guys, the user that I have logged in, that is having loads of access, it is acting as an admin, it has a human capital management role, it has a supply chain, it has a financial role. That is the reason you could see so many tabs are there. Okay, these are the, these are called the tabs. Under those tabs, guys, these are called tiles. Okay, these tiles are nothing but these are the functionalities or the actual pages where we are supposed to perform some sort of operations. Okay, like my client group is majorly for the human capital management related activities, like person management, creating a person, checking the absence. Okay, payroll related things, and there are certain tools that are very specific to the human capital management. Those tools that we will be learning, like HCM data loader, HSDL, HCM extract, these are already available into the data exchange functionality, and we, in case we are supposed to access those pages and all, we have to go and access these through the tiles. Okay, guys, this is one way to access different screens. Okay, in addition to that, all the functionality based on the user access that you have logged in, the same functionality, if you go to the left hand side, these three bars are called navigator. If you click on these navigators, in this navigator, guys, all those functionalities are listed there. You can access those screens, my person, new person, person management, all those screens could be accessible from here as well. Clear? Adding to that, let's understand for few more basics. Okay, suppose we are accessing this particular page. To access this particular page, we have to click once here, then we have to click on This is the second click. Then we are supposed to click on to the person management. This is the third click that we are going to do. Okay. In case we are going to do this particular things, just now I have accessed this particular screen. In case I want to bookmark this page, like guys, in your browser you used to access and bookmark your pages which you are regularly accessing. Similarly, you can bookmark those pages by clicking into this and then adding those pages into your favorites, going to the favorites, and you can add to favorites. We can add this page into the favorites, giving the name as a search person, and save and close. So guys, in these favorites, we have added this search person as the page. In addition to that, what are the screens that you have recently visited? Those will be listed there, so that in case you want to go to those particular screens, you should not need to go and look out their actual path where these screens are. You can directly come here and click onto those pages and it will take you to those particular screens. Clear? Guys, next, these are the things that I'm explaining. These are the very basics. Some of these things are coming under the jurisdictions of a functional consultant, or some are more of a admin related work, like creating a user security, okay, role as access control. But these are very important, and I'm explaining you in the initial classes, because while we are working into the technicality, while we are extracting the data, inserting the data, okay, modifying the data, we should need to navigate to those particular screens and see and check. We have to do our unit testing that okay, the data that we are extracting is matching to what data we can visualize from the front end, or whatever the data that we are trying to insert or upload or modify is directly getting reflected into the screen at the right portion, at the right fields. Okay, so guys, one thing, if you go to any of the module, okay, we will be covering what modules, what are families and all in next 5 minutes. But but I am saying, if you trying to access any of the screens or any of the component like job, grade, positions, locations, and I will be explaining what all these things are. Okay, so guys, once you access those things, majorly in Fusion, all the screens like having the name or terminology like manage jobs. Manage job means job is a business object, and this screen give you the capability to manage them. Okay, so to manage them means that you should be able to search the jobs, you should be able to create the job, you should be able to edit the jobs. Okay, or in case that particular business object is allowed to be activated, deactivated, or deleted, then there will be a delete button as well. There is a possibility that you can search the jobs, and then once the search result is being displayed into the lower portion, this table bean is the result table bean, and this bean is the result fields that based on that you will search for the jobs. Okay, how to search for the job? XXTT is something that I'm putting across, and clicking into this search, we will be able to list down all the jobs which has been created starting from the XXTT as the code. Okay, these two star means that any of these two fields are mandatory. You must need to put in across any of these two fields. Okay, putting across your criteria and clicking on to search, we will be able to search the details. In case you want to create anything, you can click on to this create button, and it will allow you to create the new job. In case you want to edit, either you can click on to this, that will open up the job details. This will open up the job details, and from here, this is just a read only details about that particular job. In case you want to edit, click on to edit and click on to correct, that something is there that you want to correct into this record. Suppose that something is that you don't want to make this as a regular job, while you need to make it as a temporary job. Make the changes, save the changes, and there are certain fields which are mandatory, we should need to fill in those fields as well. Then make the save. Once save is done, then review the changes. Review screens will tell that okay, for this particular attribute, for this particular label, for this particular heading, the previous current value was this and proposed value is this, and there is certain attributes that has not undergo change, but these has been recently added. So based on that, it will be displayed. Okay. And guys, there is a possibility as part of this course curriculum, we will be learning that any modification, any deletion, any addition of any of the business transactions that we are going to perform. Guys, these are what? These are called transactions. We will be learning what do we understand by transaction. So what do we understand by transaction? Any activity, any end user, any business user, while they are accessing the software, while they are accessing this application or instance, and make any changes from front end while navigating to that particular business object, whether he's creating it, deleting it, modifying it, okay, that is called transactions. Okay, so there could be a possibility that what your client wants, that anybody who's going to create a new jobs into the system, that job must need to be approved by the head of the department of that particular job. Okay, or do you want that, okay, any job which is going to be created, that job who's being getting created by Piyush must need to be approved by Kumar, or any job which is going to be created by Sangeeta, that should not need to follow any of the approval hierarchy, while it should be automatically saved or committed into the system. Okay, or there could be a possibility, if there is a user called Yagnesh, if he is creating a job, okay, he should be creating a job that should be followed by an approval by Yogesh, followed by an approval by Kumar, followed by an approval by Sangeeta, and followed by just sending an information to Rajesh. Rajesh is not somebody who should need to act on the request to approve or something, but Rajesh should be just intimated or informed that this is the new job which has been created. Okay, so guys, there could be a possibility that certain transactions are auto committed, or that does not require any sort of approvals. In the last, you could see under the approvals, it is saying bypass all approvals. Okay, that means bypass approval is enabled. That means there is no approvals required. It will bypass all the approvals. Okay, and guys, under the review sections, once we review and being satisfied that these are the changes that we have requested and these changes are in place, we can submit the changes. Okay, and once we submit the changes in backend, those changes will be either waiting for somebody to approve. Okay, but in this case, since there is no approvals required, what has happened, those changes has been already committed into the system, and we can again search and check the value has been changed from permanent or regular to temporary. Clear? So guys, that's how we will be reiterating over a period of this particular training. We will be coming back on these screens. Just now I have shown you how to search and edit. We will be creating, in case you want to export, you can click onto this particular export button. Whatever the data which is available into the lower table bin, that data will be exported as an Excel file, and all data will be available into for your reporting purpose, for data reconciliations, okay, for do some sort of validation. That's how you can export the data and validate the things. See guys, the data that was available into the search bin, all that data has been exported with all the required fields that has been part of this. Okay, that's how we can even export the data. So guys, majorly all the screens that you have started with, any of the component that you have started with, whether you are from the uh, human capital management, supply chain management, or financial management, all those screens has been designed in similar sort of manner. That will give you at the top level, it will give you the option to search. Based on that search, the result will be listed. Under the results, there is a possibility based on the roles and the access level that the user is having, he should be allowed to edit or create or export those particular business components. Okay, in addition to that guys, there is a something called advanced search. This is the search. If you click to the advanced search, majorly all the screens are having a advanced search as well. So this is nothing but it gives you that if you are not sure what is the data, it gives you more options to choose with, that it should not contain blank value, is should be blank and all. That's how you should be able to search the things. Okay, let's to have a more familiarity, let's search for one another business object. And before that, guys, we will be discussing what is business transactions, what are the employee business transactions, and what are the work structures. Work structures are nothing, guys, for any organization to work. Okay, for any organization to work structures are nothing but these are the building blocks. Okay, if you look into the work structures, you could see positions, jobs, location, organization, grades. Okay, these are the major work structures that we are having. So guys, if talking about the terminology, doesn't matter you are from the HR background or you are from the supply chain background, but since you all are working professionals, okay, suppose there is some organization, okay, let's try to understand the business processes a little bit. If there is any business organization and they are operating into any sort of work, suppose there is an IT company called Triotech Technologies, okay, Triotech Technologies is operating and working. So Triotech Technology must be working individually or they must be having some employees, right? So if Triotech Technology is working and they must be having certain employees, so those employees, first of all, Triotech Technology must be having certain department like sales department, marketing department, training department, and consulting department. Under those department, these each of the department and Triotech Technology must be having its own address and location. So each of those department might be belonging to the same location or maybe belonging to different locations. Okay, like Triotech Technology sales is being getting conducted from Bangalore branch, while training is being getting conducted from the Hyderabad branch, like that. Okay, and while Triotech Technology is to run their business, what their business is to do the training. So to do the training, they must be hiring some employees. So those employees must be having some jobs, right? They must be a trainer, they must be a senior trainer, okay? Or each of these job must be associated with some sort of positions like professor, maybe the HOD, maybe the human capital management specialist. Like these are the positions. And along with the position, there is something called grade. Like Kumar is also senior trainer position. I am also a senior trainer position, but Kumar must be at the grade 5 while I may be at the grade 4. And based on all these discriminations, based on all these values, since he is at the grade 5, he must be getting paid 1.5 lakh. And since I am at the grade 4, I may be getting paid 1.2 lakhs only. And all those things, all those configured settings and things has been handled by the functional consultant. Clear? Adding to that, guys, if we talk about similar sort of thing to search for the things and added the things, there is one more thing that I would like to discuss. If this time we are going to my client group, going to person management, you could see similar sort of setup is there. Certain fields that we can search upon. If you're searching this particular person 1986, click on search. This person will be visible. You need to go to that particular screen. You can click directly onto this hyperlink. Otherwise, you can select the row, come to the actions, and there has been multiple screens available. You want to see the absence record of this person. You want to export the data into Excel. You want to see the payroll related details about this particular person. You want to see the personal details about this person. Under the personal details also, you want to see the employment details, document of record, or personal details as a person. Okay, you want to see the user detail of this person directly, you can access from here. Or the same action is available against each row. There is this action is coming up, the same functionality you can access from here as well. Okay, but in addition to that, the, the the moment you click onto this hyperlink, it will directly take you to the screen, which is that screen under person and employment. It will take you to this employment screen by default. So this is the landing page. Once you search for the person and go, this is the landing page. And in this landing page, guys, what we got to know, all the details, all the employment details of this particular person. The person name is employee test, having the person number like this, and we are able to get that this particular person has been hired on this date. He is working in this country. Okay, this is the grade that he has been working from. He is not allowed to work from home. he works 40 hours a daily. Okay, all these details has been listed there. If there is a manager associated, those details. Currently there is no manager. If there is a manager, then manager details will be there. Now once you land to the employee personal pages, that is the employment page, still you can access those other pages related to absence, payroll, personal details. Guys, for in this entire application, doesn't matter you access human capital related management business objects, supply chain related or financial related. If you land to those business objects, search for those business objects and open those pages frequently, and mostly you will see under the right hand side there is a notepad sort of thing that is called task. Once you click on task, it will give you other options or other pages that has been associated for this particular business object called person. So if you want to see the personal details, go to the person, and under this person, guys, you could see his personal details, his contact details, his documents, his disability details. And under the personal details, you could see his personal name, mobile number, email address, national identifier, geographical, gender and all. And anything you want to change, you can click on edit, go to the correct mode, and that's how you can change that. Okay, the middle name has been changed to MN only, and click on OK. Once that is done, click on save. Once save is done, then you should submit and it will be committed into the system. Okay. So guys, this is the basic that I have to cover. And in addition to that, as we said that, okay, there are certain transactions, those transactions may be auto committed or they might require some sort of approvals. Like suppose there has been job created by Sangeeta, and Sangeeta once create the job, that job data will not be committed into the system but should need to be approved by Piyush. So once Piyush will log in into the system, he will see there is a bell icon with some number indicating that there are certain actions that are pending for Piyush to act upon. There are certain notifications pending where either Piyush should need to accept it or reject it. Once we go to this particular bell icon, it will give you the request which are being pending, like this is the request, and there is a option to dismiss or approve, or if you click onto this particular hyperlink, you will getting more details about that particular transaction, who has initiated, what has initiated. Since this has been quite pending, it has error out, it has already, otherwise it will open, and there are two buttons, approve or reject. We can click on approve and it will be approved. Okay, we will be looking into all these notifications and all once we will be learning into BPM workflow approvals. Okay.
What about users and roles? Where to create actually? Please,
We will be
please
covering a
explain.
security aspects, user roles, custom roles, security, all those things we will be looking into. Okay.
Yeah, correct. But actually, the roles and users where it create here only or where some other application.
Once we are going to cover it up now, you will be getting an idea. I am coming to that part of, no issues. Okay. So guys, adding to that, what we are going to cover, this is the basic that you will be getting a familiarity and a understanding of the application, because as I said that the more demand is being a techno-functional consultant, and there is a very thin line between a functional and technical work. So anyways, if you are a technical, then also you should be not 100% with all the screens, all the functionalities, and what does each field means what. That is a job of a functional consultant, but little bit 10, 15, 20% we should be knowing the navigation, we should be able to search, we should be able to edit, we should be able to submit these sort of functionalities. We should be need to be having a understanding, so that once we are extracting the data, inserting the data, modifying the data from our scripts through our technology, we should be able to come and validate the things. Okay. Adding to that, guys, if we go through the course contents, so far, guys, we have just seen the course contents. We have to yet to see introduction to ERP. We discussed little bit about projects and consultant. Let me reiterate. and let's focus on to the product families. Okay, product families, guys, what has happened and what is enterprise application, ERP applications. Okay, so what has happened, there has been big organization. ERP is a concept which is almost of more than 5 decades old now. Okay, there has been multiple organizations, or you can say multiple tools are available by provided by different organization. Like Oracle is one company. Oracle has offered their ERP tools. Some of the tools are EBS, Fusion, and PeopleSoft. There is a tool called JD Edward. Okay, so guys, you will be surprised, or you will be thinking that okay, why the same company is having multiple products. So guys, let's consider like there is a company called Samsung. Okay, they might be having a different models of the mobile phones, right? Like this. So there could be a company that might be having their products. Each of these products might be having certain advantages, disadvantages, or certain features which are better than other feature. So organization has provided multiple tools into the market, but the sole purpose of these tools is to manage the enterprise resource planning, ERP sort of applications. Okay, like Oracle, there is a company called SAP is the company that is also having the tools. Those tools that majorly is SAP. They have Ariba, they have SAP S4 HANA. There is a tool called Success Factor. There is a company called Workday. They have their own tool called Workday. Okay, there is a company called Salesforce. They have their own tool. There is a company called PeopleStrong. There is a tool called HR Hub. Okay, like that there has been multiple companies offering different features, different sort of tools. And guys, we should need to understand what is fusion. Fusion is something, the terminology fusion has come from, it is a fusion of all, it is a fusion of best of the best practices. Maybe since Oracle is into the market for last 4 decades, Oracle has come up with multiple products that are available and applicable for across the globe for different geographies. For last 40-50 years, Oracle has studied the market, understand the different needs of the customer, okay, and enhance their softwares like EBS, PeopleSoft, and JD Edward were getting enhanced for last 20-30 years. But now Oracle has even comparatively studied other tools, other vendors, other features offered by different other service providers or companies, and then Oracle has come up with this tool called Fusion, which is best of the best. Okay, it has studied and bring all the best features, capabilities of all the tools that has been offered by Oracle, or maybe the features that are available in the market by some another service provider, and that's how this tool has came, which Oracle has recommended is the best tool for the enterprise application, which offers all the capabilities and offering of the best industry practices and standards. Clear? Adding to that, guys, we talk about modules or a product family. Mainly the product family that has been involved, this enterprise application, guys, before enterprise application also, there is softwares are there that are helping you guys, okay, helping the businesses to generate and manage their businesses. Okay, like before the mobile phone has came, there was a clock available. Okay, there was a camera available separately. There was a telephone available separately. There is a digital diary available separately. But later on, what has happened, mobile has come into the existence, and mobile offered all the features to be available within the one software, within the one solution only, right? Similarly, before enterprise resource planning, there could be some small softwares that are working in isolations. Okay, like some organization like Tata, like TCS, that is a big organization, they have thousands of employees working and they need to manage their business. They might be using some software called Microsoft Excel to hire some employees and managing the employee data. But to manage the payroll of those employees, they might be using some software called PeopleStorm. To manage the office supplies for each of these particular individuals, that they should be getting a chair, table, desk, stationery, and a laptop, and a mobile phone connection, they might be using some software, X software, to manage the thing. So what has happened, the work is being getting conducted earlier as well, prior to ERP era, but later on the researches has come and they have come up that bring one software that will collaborate, that will integrate all the modules, okay, that will give you ease of business, that will give you less redundancy of data. Suppose you are maintaining one employee data into one software, so you have 100 employee data available in one software, then for each of these employee you want to run the payroll, and payroll data or payroll is being managed by a second software. So all these 100 data which are available into software one, this 100 employees data should need to be migrated and may be available into software 2 as well. And now there is a third software that will be managing the absence related information of those employees. So this absence related data will being maintained into software 3, but this software 3 data should also being available to software 2, which is responsible to run and manage the payroll data, right? Otherwise, what happen? The payroll data, if not aware that the person is on a leave for 5 days, still he will pay for 30 days while he was supposed to pay for 25 days only. Okay, so that is the major problem. That is why the ERP application has come into the picture, that multiple modules, multiple products, and multiple softwares has been clubbed together, so they can by default integrated with each other. The data being made available for hiring should be available for absence, should be available for payroll, should be available for talent, all like that. Okay, so majorly guys, what has happened, the product families are mainly HCM, that is human, or we can say human resource related work. There is something called financials. There is something called supply chain, and there is something called CRM. These are the main product families. Okay. Talking about the modules of each of these product families, this majorly human capital management focus on to hire to retire cycle, and the modules that it will be covering is majorly like ORC, that is to recruit the person, then core HCM, that is supposed to manage the employee and their personal details and all. Then there is a tool or a module that we used to call as payroll, or there is a module called absence management. There is a module called talent management. Then there is a module called compensation. Like these, there has been several modules available. Similarly, in financials, whatever transactions that are happening into the system related to the money related matter, like general ledger, asset management, project management, okay, these sort of modules are there. In addition to that, in supply chain, we have something called procurement. We have something called what was that? Sorry, here we have something called project management, account receivables, account payables. Similarly, here we have procurement and sourcing. These are the modules available. Similarly, in customer relationship management, we must be having a customer management system like this. Okay. So guys, these are the product, and each of those product must be having different modules that are responsible to perform different set of business functionality to support any sort of business operation. And guys, as we discuss about something called SaaS, okay, SaaS means software as a service. All these things are what has happened. since this is a cloud-based software, what we discuss about cloud, since this is a cloud-based software, which is a SaaS-based model, this thing is more of a subscription-based. As guys, you may be subscribed for Netflix. The moment you have subscribed for 1 month, 2 months, 5 months, or 1 year, accordingly you will be able to avail those services. Okay, so you may opt for, as a customer, as a client, they may opt for this particular product or this particular product or all the products, or within a product they may only opt for core HRMS and absence as a module. So it is that the individual or a customer will opt in to choose any of the products. Clear?
Yes.
So guys, as we discussed that there, now to talk about projects, guys, basically once you become a consultant or something, the projects that you have been involved into, the organization may be opting in some sort of projects, like they want to do implementation projects. Like there is an organization like Emirates. Okay, there may be a company called Fly Dubai. They want to implement their HR management system, so they will be running a implementation project, or there could be enhancement projects. There may be upgrade projects, or there may be support projects. Okay, there is nothing good or bad, or some project category is better while other is not better. These are the different phases. Like any customer who will be started with the enhancement project, they will be definitely coming with the after implementation, they might be coming up with certain requirement to enhance the software, to enhance the system functionalities. And Oracle being regularly sending more features, quarterly upgrades are coming, so they might be requiring a upgrades to be supported and implemented. Or while running their BAU operation, they might be doing a AMC with some service provider, so support is always up and running. And there could be a data migration projects. Okay, what has happened, TCS has implemented, they have been running all these things. Suddenly what has happened, there is a collaboration has happened between Air India and Vistara, so all the Vistara related data is being made available and has to be loaded into the existing software. So that is data migration projects. Clear?
Yes.
Consultant roles, talking about that, we have a technical consultant, we have a functional consultant, we have a combination of both, that is techno functional. Techno functional consultant, guys, they are the having the seen both the words. They might be more inclined toward technical work, technical knowledge, less inclined toward functional, or they may be more functional or less technical. That is a combination. Then guys, there could be a administrator role or admin consultant. Okay, or there could be business user, or you can say end user. So guys, end user is something that once this software which is being purchased and made available, the end user is someone who will log in into the system and hire an employee going to those particular navigation, or they will be terminating the employee, or increasing the salary, or creating a purchase order like this. Okay, admin is something who should be responsible to create the user, to create the role, assigning the role to the user, to activate the user, deactivate the user, reset the password of the user. Okay, adding the security to the application. Okay, all these things are the admin user's job. Then there is something called functional consultant. Functional consultant is that Oracle has provided you this software called Fusion. Fusion is not a tool that you are supposed to build or write a code or something. It's a readily available tool. It's a readily available tool. But to use that particular tool, you have to configure that tool as per your customer requirement, as per your client requirement. So there is something called functional consultant who will understand, work with the customers work with the consultants, and they will be using and configuring the tool. And guys, while configuring the tool, there might be certain bulk activities that are supposed to be provided, some data to be extracted, some pages to be defined, some integration to be written. That is a job of a technical consultant. That technical consultant making use of the offerings, the products, the tools that has been offered by Oracle, technical consultant will be using and writing those things. And guys, the main focus, the main in demand tool, consulting role is techno functional consultant. The techno functional consultants are responsible that they understand both the word, they understand the functional word as well as technical word, so they act as a bridge between technical and functional team to articulate the thing in a right manner to right stakeholder, so that work will progress in a commanding and progressive way. Clear? Adding to that, in any project, what sort of work profiles that we have been into? Okay, we will be you can say uh, configuration SMEs are there. Okay, SME for absence, SME for supply chain, SME for procurement, general ledger. You may be consultant for data extraction using certain tools, data extraction tools. Okay, data loading consultants are there. Okay, architects are there. You will say there will be a configurator, integration specialist. So guys, majorly okay. So basically what does happen, if you are into any of these products, you might be either a data extraction team, you might be a part of a data loading expert. If you are a senior person, you may be the architect, that you will tell that okay, when which data to be loaded using which technology, okay, which combination. There may be a team of configuration who will be setting up the functional configuration. You may be a subject matter expert for absences or payroll, who understand the business, who understand the best features, possibilities. You may be the architect, you may be the integration specialist using the OIC or other tools and technology, integrate between two applications or two system. Project manager, program manager, for each module we have a lead, like payroll lead, absence lead, and you can say procurement lead, uh, accounts payable lead, delivery manager, who should be responsible that all these persons are working with the true spirit into a same direction, so that once the things are ready, he should be responsible to make the delivery. Program manager is responsible that everything, all these people should be responsible. Sponsor is the person who should be cautioning, or he is the end client who has sponsored the budget and give you the approvals to start with the project. Clear? Clear as of now, guys? And guys, as part of this particular training, we will be learning certain tools and technologies that are related to data loading. Certain data loading tools or technology may be common that will work across all the modules, okay, or all the product family, or certain tools are very specific. We will be learning about data extraction technologies. We will be learning what is data extraction, what is the purpose of data loading, what is the purpose to extract the data, what is inbound and outbound, what is incremental load or full load. We will be learning and discussing about different technology like business intelligence, OTBI. We will be learning about customization and personalization of the software, how the look and feel of the application will change. We will be discussing how to access security, how to create the user, how to lock the user, unlock the user. There could be a possibility that there are certain transactions that will be approved, followed by certain approval, 1 level approval, 2 level approval, 10 level approval. All these things we will be discussing as part of this particular course curriculum. Okay. Guys, shall we continue for 10 more minutes? Okay. So guys, in addition to that, we will be tomorrow exploring some another aspect, and slowly and steadily we will be completely moving into the hands-on development and learning different tools and technologies. Okay, the flow of the application and the learning will start from like this, that we will be learning um, what are transactions. Then we will be looking into data extraction tools. There is a tool called OTBI. What is the features, how are we are going to do, like before taking it up as a real-time scenario, we will be taking up the requirement gathering session. We want custom report to list recent. These are the requirement facts that we have received from the customer while we are facing the customer, and getting the details, understanding what they are looking for. Like suppose as a consultant, we go and meet the customer. He has reported that, okay, we want a custom report to list down recent hire details, like the person who has been recently hired within a month, within a week, or today. Okay, we will ask those questions. What fields that we want to list down, we will get those things. Do you want that, okay, that the details should be parametric? Okay, that he says that yes, we want to see the result based on the north division, south division, west division, and east division. Okay, there is a technology called BIP. What are the different components of BIP report? Okay, what are report, what are parameters, busting, then the prerequisites for OIC and all, what is web services, type of web services, SQL, XML, JSON, what is SOAP and REST APIs. Okay, what are the tools that we will be learning as part to use SOAP UI and Postman are the tools. Okay, different sort of Oracle seeded APIs. Guys, we are not going to design and build any web services. Web services has already been provided and exposed by Oracle. Okay, we are just supposed to learn how to consume and make use of those services. We will be learning one technology called HCM extract. Okay, how to export the data through an HCM extract, and all these things we will make you self-equipped. Like there could be 10,000 different services offered by Oracle. We cannot teach you 10,000, but we will teach you how to study, how to locate, how to research, what is the terminology, what are the generic understanding on uh, using and calling those particular services, how to use those APIs into tools like Postman and all. Okay, we will be this will be followed by the assignments. Timely assignments will be provided. Clear? So similarly, guys, as we roughly touch about something called work structures like job, grade, position, location, organization, department. Okay, and we discussed how to search for a person and identify that person, go to the different screen, edit, make the changes, and save the thing. Okay, all these things are called, guys, nothing under the navigator. These are called the options, and under options, these are the actual screens or functionality. All those things that you can access from the navigator can be accessed from the dashboard. This blue screen that you could see is called dashboard. Okay, and guys, there are certain things we will be learning that apart from the seeded provided screens, sub screens, and all, in case we want to add our own category, we can add our own category. Under that category, we want to add our own pages, we can add our own pages. That is called the customizations that we will be learning as part of this training. Under the configuration, we will be learning appearances, structure, user integration, sandbox, all these features we will be learning. And tomorrow we will be looking into very basic but useful certain utilities like set preferences, approvals, schedule processes, report and analytics, okay, and file import and export. These are the functionalities. And download desktop integration, transaction console. These are the tools and the utilities that we will be majorly focusing on tomorrow. Okay, guys, tomorrow will be also like less complicated class, and day after tomorrow it's not complicated, but we will be starting with the report and analytics. And guys, request you, each one of you, to immediately reach out to admin, get yourself registered. Okay, so we are almost done with this first lecture. Okay, rest of the things, the building blocks and the training score contents, terminology, the access level, everything will be provided. The videos will be provided to you on daily basis. You will be getting a lifetime access for the videos. You will be getting a Fusion instance access for almost 5 months. You will be provided with the 100 plus of different actual real-time business delivered components, and those components has been drilled down or has been negligible to the single you can say feature or single properties to be explained by single component, so that it will be easy for you to recollect and refer in your real-time projects. Okay, clear? So tomorrow, guys, we will be looking into certain tools and utilities, and we will be looking into the user and user role security. And then we will be proceeding with the BIP. In BIP, we should need to spend a lot of time understanding how to build BIP reports, scheduling BIP reports, then OTBI report, that is another technology. Then there is a technology to load the data. This technology is specific for HCM related. Okay, this is more of the HSDL. This is also HDL technology. ADFDI is also a data loading technology that is specific for the financial as well as the supply chain module. Okay, then file based loader is also financial and supply chain. This is something a prerequisites that is required for FBDI, ADFDI as well as for the OIC. Workflow is an end-to-end different technology that we will be learning how to design a workflow or a sort of approval into the system. Just now I have discussed that we will be discussing under tools configuration how to make certain label changes, make fields enable, disable, hide. Okay, all those functionalities we will be discussing. Customize data extraction through HCM extract, customization through fast formula. These two also the tools and the offerings only specific for the human capital management. And in last, we will be focusing and learning about OIC integrations, and then the basic of visual builder. Okay,
Will you cover the PCS and PCS? Base overview of PCS.
no, that is not considered to be a part of this particular course curriculum. Only till VBCS we are covering. That's the reason is that otherwise the scope has become so vast. This is the Fusion technical training. Initially we are covering more than 15 technologies in Fusion technical, and this Fusion technical is not a module specific. This is a Fusion, complete Fusion technical. Okay, in addition to that we are covering complete OIC. In addition to that we will be giving you the overview and navigations of VBCS and PCS, the service based like 10-15 minutes mostly we will talk. But if group demands and if there is a time permissible, we will see to modify or being flexible to accommodate your request. But I'm not committing for that as per the
And
curriculum.
will you able to cover BICC?
Which one?
OBICC, Business Intelligence Cloud Connector.
No, that
BICC.
BICC is not part of this course curriculum. Are you from the financial background?
No, I'm from SOA background. Basically.
SOA background.
Yeah.
See, there has been three more technologies, that is BICC, and FRS report as well as smart view. These are the technology which are more of a buzzword into the financials, but these are still into the evaluation phase. These are not being that much currently in use. Okay, they are still into the evaluation phase. If required, we will conduct one 2 sessions to give an overview, but as per part of curriculum we are not covering currently. How many of you have already been registered and enrolled, guys? Just ensure to reach out to Kumar or admin and get your enrollment done, because tomorrow onwards only the participants who will be enrolled will be getting access to the new link. Okay, and tomorrow let's meet up at 8 o'clock sharp to start with our learning journey. Okay. Clear, guys? So if you have any queries, questions, please ask. Otherwise, let's end the session. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.